Kevin, thank you so much. Deacon Chris Conley, the director of the Permanent Diaconate, joins us in studio. Thank you so much for being with us today again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, the entire church is celebrating the golden anniversary of the restoral of the diaconate. Tell us a bit about that, because it's a big deal.
That's right. So the Second Vatican Council restored the diaconate in 1968, and the bishops, the United States Conference bishops, petitioned Rome to have permanent deacons restored here in the United States, and Paul VI was happy to grant that. And in 1976, we had our first ordained class of deacons in Boston.
You know, I got to tell you, I remember my ordination as a deacon in 1984 like it was yesterday. And I'm still a deacon.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
I mean, I even get, as a bishop, I get to wear a dalmatic on certain occasions. So.
That's right, Holy Thursday.
I feel this affinity, you know. But we've celebrated here in the Archdiocese, or at least begun our celebration of the 50th anniversary special edition of the Pilot Special Section. And also, what else is coming up right here in our own Archdiocese to celebrate this great event?
Yeah, so I would say the first thing is what you just referenced is this series that we're running in the Pilot. On every 2 weeks, we're featuring a story. It's called Diaconia, a Revolution of Tenderness, and hopefully through those articles to help the church see her own identity as servant. In addition to that, on October 20th, we'll be celebrating the diaconate here in the Archdiocese of Boston with a convocation with Cardinal Sean. And so we're hoping to have several hundred, 2, 3, 4, up to 600 people joining us at Lantana's to celebrate the diaconate here in the Archdiocese of Boston.
And I looked this up. Did you know there are over 30,000 deacons worldwide, permanent deacons serving the church?
I did not know that.
No,
Did you know that? Yeah, you knew it.
That's
right. So I'm the only one on the set who didn't know
That's
it.
right. And about 400 permanent deacons have been ordained for the Archdiocese of Boston since 1976.
Now, so a lot of people, now we have a deacon in my parish. We're talking about that. But a lot of people don't understand what a deacon does, what their role is. They see them get up. They'll say, so what is the role of a deacon?
Well, people tell us often that there's nothing that the deacon does that somebody else can't do, and that's true. But when the deacon does it, it's a permanent sacramental reminder of Christ, who is servant among us. And in that, the church can see an icon of who she's supposed to be in and for the world.
And when people address you, it's proper to say, Deacon Chris Conley.
That's right.
Correct?
Yep.
Because you're a cleric.
That's right.
As am I. You're ordained.
That's right.
And so it's good that people, understand that. Now, in October, there's a great event nationwide to celebrate the restoration of the diaconate, correct?
That's right. And so in July 22nd, we'll be gathering in New Orleans for a Congress to celebrate the 50th Jubilee.
So let's say there's a gentleman who's watching this right now and is considering the diaconate. What type of person should consider the diaconate?
So the church doesn't look for people that they can form into deacons. The church is looking for people that are already exercising diaconate type of ministries, a humanness that is open to the suffering and to the needs of others, an approachability that in the way that they live their life, that they attract people to Christ. And so those types of human dimensions and ministries we're looking for, and then we form them and shape them, and then God willing ordain them to continue those types of ministries for the church.
And when you decided to do this, it wasn't as easy as just saying, I'm going to do this. I'm sure you had to sit down with your wife and say, I'm considering the diaconate, because the wife has an important role too.
The wife can say yes or no, and not just at one time, but many different times throughout formation. And really, it's that dynamic between husband and wife in formation. We take that incredibly serious, because it isn't just a man who is seeking ordination, that there is a profound effect of that formation on the marriage, the married first.
We were talking before the show about the fact that I've been fortunate. Every parish where I've served, there's always been a permanent deacon. As Jay mentioned, he has a permanent deacon in his parish. Deacon Jeff Higgins is the deacon, wonderful guy, great servant of the people of God at Good Shepherd in Wayland. But I have to ask you, where can people find out more about your work in formation for the diaconate program, and more information perhaps if they know someone or they themselves are considering that maybe this is what
Yeah.
God is calling them to.
So they can go to bostondiaconate.org. It's a website that we have, and there's plenty of information there about the diaconate, about our formation program, and there's contact information there. I encourage, if men are thinking about the diaconate, to pray, and to pray, and to pray more, have conversations with their wife, with their children if they have them, with their pastor, and then go back to prayer.
Good. Now, we're running out of time, but I have to ask you this. What is the favorite thing you do as a deacon?
The favorite thing
Yeah.
I do it's sitting with someone who is going through a tough time, whether it's a cancer diagnosis or the loss of a loved one, just in that intimate exchange of hearts, a wounded heart looking for consolation. Those are the hardest but the most profound moments of ministry.
That's the tenderness of
That's
which you
right.
spoke earlier.
That's exactly right.
Well, Deacon, thank you so much for being with us. You know, you've kept the show right on an A+.
There we go.
You've
Thank you.
kept it on an A+.
And we're very grateful for the support that Catholic TV shows to the diaconate in Boston.
Can't wait to see what the pilot comes up with. That's going to be some great stuff in the pilot.
It's good stuff.
We're gonna
America's
take-
oldest Catholic newspaper.
We're going to take a short break right now. When we come back, we're going to meet with Kevin. We're going to find out what Kevin's up to. Always interesting. Stay with us.